And we are now live on YouTube as well. Welcome to our YouTube audience. Again, I'm Carrie Donegan, and you're watching Radical Age Reversal, where we talk about longevity and how to increase your health span while increasing your lifespan. It's not just about the numbers of candles on your birthday cake. It's really about how vital you feel, how healthy you are, and what you can do in those later years, right? So we have a really cool package for you today, and I am super excited. I'm getting bored with that phrase. Anybody else getting bored with that phrase? I'm super excited, but it's true. So suggest some better phrases for me, and I'm going to jump on those because I want to be able to share with you my enthusiasm, but I think that one is a little bit overdone. We need a new one that rings true. At any rate, we're going to go through what doTERRA is offering this week. So one of the things I wanted to share with you right off the bat is that when doTERRA does a special sale like this, it's called a BOGO, buy one, get one free. And so what's cool about that is with most companies, when you do a BOGO, they make you buy two of the same thing because they're trying to clear the shelves. But doTERRA is not trying to clear the shelves. doTERRA is actually bringing us free things. So it's a gift, if you will, for being part of their community. So I really, really love that. So that's what a BOGO is. The second thing that I wanted to go through is what you want to look for in a longevity product. So there's two key things that you should be looking for in a longevity product. The first thing is protection, right? So when you look at a product and you're about to buy it, or you look at a habit and you're about to use it, one of the things you want to ask yourself is this going to protect me? Okay. Because that's how longevity occurs. We have enough protection in our cells, in our body, in our environment, so that the inevitable, which is a bombardment of all kinds of assaults, it could be chemical, it could be synthetic, it could be emotional, it could be spiritual, it could be physical. You want to be able to guard yourself against that. That's one way to longevity. The second way to longevity is through provision. So what is it giving you? What is it providing you? So those are the two key parts to a longevity product. Is it going to protect you? And is it also going to provide you with something beneficial? If it meets these two criteria, then you have a really good chance of getting a positive outcome out of your longevity product. And of course, you want to look for the reverse, right? So if you're buying a longevity product and it's full of all kinds of artificial ingredients or chemicals or anything that's actually going to be harmful to you, that's not protecting you. And if it's empty, right? One of the things that we talk about in our industry is what they call fairy dusting. So they write a lot of ingredients on a label, but the truth is all the good ones are at the end. And if all the good ones are at the end, it's almost like they just kind of throw them in. The bulk of the product occurs at the beginning, because one of the laws of labeling is that the biggest ingredients or the most prevalent ingredients are going to appear first. Now, sometimes you don't necessarily want the most potent ingredients to be the primary ingredient in the product. So there is some discernment that you need to be able to look at a product, but just be careful of fairy dusting. You don't really want to spend a lot of money on a product where they're just kind of like adding all the good ingredients in at the end. You want it to be really, really rich in that quantity, which means that you're probably going to pay a little bit more for the product. And doTERRA products tend to be kind of what I'm going to say medium high. So they're not the tippy top expensive most because they try to make their products accessible to as many people as possible. But they're not super cheap either. If you find something that's like literally super cheap, you're getting what you pay for. So enough of the overview. Let's talk about the BOGO. So the BOGO is really exciting, and we have 11 products to talk about in the next 25 minutes. So I'm not going to be able to cover them all in depth, but I want you to walk away with the longevity aspects of this BOGO collection. So here we go. The first one is going to be actually skin related, but In tandem with something being skin related, it's also going to be able to provide your inner self, okay, with a lot of really good things. Here's what I want to warn you when it comes to skincare and hair care. Your skin is extremely porous. It's a two-way street. So it's constantly breathing. It is not closed. It's not as if your skin is a complete barrier, right? We have pores. I mean, we know that. We know we sweat out our toxins. We know that we can absorb things when our skin is dry. So we know that it's a two-way street. Just remember what you're putting on your skin is also going into your body, into your circulation. And then once it's in your circulatory system, it's going to be traveling to all your major organs, especially your brain and your heart. And you want to make sure that whatever's in that streamline is going to be clean and healthy. So doTERRA is doing two things. Now, I actually don't have the product I want to show you, but it's going to be in a tube like this, and it's called the tightening serum. Now, here's why a tightening serum, especially if it is natural, is going to be protecting and providing. The first thing that we want to know about the tightening serum is, why would we want to shrink our pores? You want to shrink your pores before you go out in the world, because you want to make sure that what you're going to absorb is going to get able to pass through, but the barrier is a little bit stronger, especially as we age. Any kind of bombardment of a chemical is actually going to do much greater damage faster to older skin than it will to younger skin, which actually is going to replenish at a much faster pace. So the tightening serum uses natural extracts and gums to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, but it's going to keep your skin super hydrated and feeling smooth. And also, because it's going to reduce your pores, it's going to create a better barrier. One of the things that I love about this product, it has something called beech tree bud extract. That's going to make your skin look super smooth and very, very young. So this is what it's giving. This is what it's providing. It also helps to improve the skin's renewal and elasticity. That's something that we lose as we age. You want your skin to be like a rubber band. You don't want it to be like, do you ever see a rubber band when it's been really, really old and it almost starts to deteriorate? And the minute that you extend it, it snaps. The same thing happens to your skin. And you'll see on someone who takes a lot of medications or is much, much older, as their skin can actually literally just break. People who have been on a lot of steroids, for example, prednisone, can do this to your skin. So this is going to do the opposite. This is going to create nice elasticity in your skin. It's also going to be a humectant, and that means that you're going to have this beautiful absorption of moisture. So just like a beautiful orchid absorbs moisture from the air and hydrates itself, if you have a humectant in your skin, and we use something called betadine, it's going, oh, sorry, betaine. Betaine is the natural ingredient. Betaine is something that's actually going to attract moisture into your skin and make it look nice and plump and happy. It also has the essential oils of frankincense, Hawaiian sandalwood, and myrrh. You're going to want to apply this to your face and neck in an upward motion and follow it with a moisturizer. And I actually like the anti-aging moisturizer. However, I also, in addition to my anti-aging moisturizer, I'm a bit of an overachiever, I will admit, and I want to do as much as I can to protect my body and my skin from aging. So I do a two-step hydration process after I do all of my hydrating and my cleansing and all of the other steps with my skincare. And then I put on the face, doTERRA face. Now, this is what you're going to get free, which is super cool. So you're going to buy the tightening serum and you're going to get the doTERRA face cream free. And this is amazing because this is going to reflect all of the negative light that can damage your skin and cause aging. So let's talk a little bit about that because you're going to get this thing for free. And I think that's really, really cool. So, doTERRA Sun has a lot of really great things to it. First, it's SPF 30, which means that if you put this on, especially if you put it on in the morning, and you don't have to use too much, especially if your skin is older. Don't feel like more is better when it comes to skincare. Sometimes a little bit less actually is all your skin needs because it's a little thinner than it was when it was younger. So you don't want it caking on your skin. That's going to make you look older. So I like to use, I'm going to show you because this is going to come out white. I like to use about that much when I put it on my skin. I'm going to put it on my hands, and I would recommend that you use this on your hands as well, especially because our hands show our age, as does our neck. So you want to make sure that you're really, really getting your neck in the back of your hands when you're also using this. And you can see it's not going to be white on my skin. But one of the things this does is it does almost seal your skin. It's going to create it's a microscopic thing. We can't see it, but there's going to be multiple layers of protection. Now, if you were going to jump in a swimming pool, wait 15 minutes for this to dry, and you're going to reapply it every 2 hours. If you're sweating a lot, you could reapply it a couple of times a day. But we're talking about it in the context of skincare more than sun care today, and in longevity and anti-aging. So it has some really great essential oils in it. It has magnolia, lemongrass, ylang-ylang, helichrysum, carrot seed oil, and coconut CO2 extract, which is a really amazing thing. And each of these essential oils are known for their skin enhancing properties. So the barrier created by the natural zinc oxide, which is super liquefied by the magnolia, lemongrass, ylang-ylang, helichrysum, carrot seed, and coconut CO2 extract. That's going to thin it out. All of those essential oils are going to get absorbed into your skin, and they're going to renew your skin. They're going to promote collagen. They're going to fill in your wrinkles, and they're going to keep all of that bad light from doing damage to the skin. So this is a great BOGO, in my opinion. You're going to buy the tightening serum and get the face protection for free. Remember, we're looking for two things. What is it providing, and how is it protecting? Let's go on to the next one. The next one is probably my favorite. Unfortunately, it is the most expensive. Now, for those of you who are price conscious and a little bit concerned about this, I will say this is going to be the least expensive way to get these two products. They both run in the $100 range. So now you're getting two $100 products for $100. So that cuts it 50% off. If I were you, I would say this is the time that you want to absolutely stock up on this product. You buy Melissa and you get Blue Tansy for free. So let's talk about the Melissa. And again, these are tiny little bottles. There's 85 drops in each bottle. So you're using very little when you're using this. So that's one thing for you to keep in mind. My best and most favorite way to use Melissa is when I feel like I'm getting sick. When I talk about an oil that is going to protect you, Melissa is my number one go-to. Now, because it's so expensive, sometimes I leave it for last because I figure, well, let me see if something that's a little less expensive is going to do the job. However, if I have this and I say to myself, I can't be sick right now. I don't have time. I don't want my body to break down. I don't have time. I don't want to go through that. I grab the Melissa first. This is going to be the big guns. This is going to do the job. So, in what context? Let's talk a little bit about anxiety. When I have an oil like this that's so potent and powerful, sometimes I just open the bottle and I smell it. Now, this is called lemon balm as well. So it's very, very astringent. If, for example, you happen to accidentally bump your nose when you're smelling this, it's going to be a little astringent, a little bit like putting lemon juice on your nose, if you can imagine what that would feel like. Not so great. So just be careful. You can wave this under your nose and smell it. Now, of course, you can put it in your hand, but I'm trying to save you money. All right. So just giving you a few workarounds. The way you want to take it if you're feeling sick or coming down with something is to take one drop in a teaspoon of honey. That's going to be so amazing. If you're vegan, you can use an alternative natural sweetener. Just because this is very astringent, I find that using it with a sweetener is going to make it easier to swallow. But you can certainly just drop one drop under your tongue, and that would be great too. Once a month, I want you to treat yourself to a little bit of a Melissa treatment. So, what would I do with that? I would take my anti aging moisturizer. And again, I know this one is not part of the BOGO, but if you don't use this, you're really missing out on a great longevity product. And I would put a drop of the Melissa, okay, into the anti aging cream, rub it in my hand, and then right under the eyes, where you get all of that sagging, you get all of that puffiness, and you don't want to rub. You just want to kind of dab this on. And you could do this once a week, once a month, whatever your budget allows. And whatever's left over, I always like to get the neck because I feel like my neck is starting to get that crepiness, and I'm trying to work on that and avoid that as much as possible. Another great thing about Melissa is it's been shown to help people with diabetes and neuropathy. It's really good to keep your brain fresh. Okay. When we have information, when we learn something new, like right now, you're learning something new for the first time, it's going to get put in the front of your brain in the hippocampus. It's like a filing cabinet. And at the end of the day, it has to get transferred into long term memory. And for it to get transferred into long term memory, it has to have a certain capacity. And so, if your brain is starting to atrophy due to age, you're losing space for that memory, which is why, as we age, we sometimes lose our memory or we get dementia. So, a daily, now this is expensive, I understand, but a daily use of the Melissa oil, one drop under the tongue, maybe you do every other day, once a week, is going to actually expand your brain capacity and slow down that degeneration. So I think that's a really, really great way for you to use it. You can also alternate this with something called guaiac wood oil, and that would be a really good combination. So those two oils together are very brain protective. Now, let's go to the freebie, which we're going to get, which is blue tansy, and talk about that. This is also another brain protective oil, and it's really good for the skin. So just like I did the little dab under the eye with the Melissa, I'm going to do this all over my face. Now, I'm not going to show you on my face what it's going to look like now because I would have a blue face. I promise you that this does fade within about 10 minutes. So if you're going to do this right before you go out, you want to make sure that you have a little bit of a time, or else you're going to be part of the Blue Man group. But I want to show you what this looks like. This is your blue tansy, right? Just beautiful blue color. It has something called chamazoline in it. That's what turns your skin blue. All right, so I've painted the back of my hand now, and we can see how long this fades by the time, hopefully by the time I'm done with this podcast, you're going to see this fade. But there's my hand, and there's my fingertips. But I would put this all over my face, maybe on your spa day, on your day off, and it's going to really regenerate. It's also going to be very good for the brain. Now, how would I use it for the brain? I would take this in a capsule or under my tongue. It helps to repair things like age damage, sun damage, chemical damage, trauma to your skin. If you've had like a lot of acne over the years and you have scars or you have keloids, something like that, it's going to break that down. It's going to help repair injury, even deep injury, burns, scratches, different types of infections. I also really like to use it as I age over my thyroid. This is going to strengthen your voice. Sometimes our vocal cords start to get softer. Have you ever noticed an older person They have a hard time projecting. They have a hard time enunciating. They have a hard time singing sometimes. Their vocal cords can actually get some keloids on them, or it just can lose power. By putting a blue tansy over your throat, over your thyroid, you're going to increase the power of your voice. Rubbing it into your temples is going to improve your brain function, helps clarity of thought. It gives you some energy, brain energy especially, and it helps you to feel emotionally stable. I also like it for when you feel stuck or you're procrastinating and you just need that little extra push and you think, I don't have a coach around me right now to give me that, encouragement, or I'm really scattered and I don't know how to collect my thoughts. Grab your blue tansy. Again, if this is a really expensive oil for you, then just under your nose in the bottle. However, this one will turn your nose blue. So just like the Melissa, there's a caveat there, a little just warning I have for using those two oils. But that's our next BOGO. Okay, now we're gonna go to Airx and Citrus Bloom. So Airx and Citrus Bloom, and I have realized I'm run out of 3 of the BOGO products. I need to get a frankincense touch. I don't have any of the tightening serum left. I guess I used it all. And I am out of one other thing. Oh, frankincense touch. So that's crazy. So I'm very excited for these BOGOs. This is one great thing about BOGOs is it gives you an opportunity to look in your collection, get it organized. Sometimes my oil bag is an absolute mess. I take things in and out all the time and I think, oh, I have that. And then when I get organized and I realize my holes in my bags, then I say, oh, okay, it's time to reorder. And when a BOGO comes, it's perfect because I know I can get it at the best possible price. So these are going to be primarily diffuser blends, especially in the longevity sphere, because Citrus Bloom is going to do a lot to energize your brain and your mood and keep you happy. The happier we are, the slower we age. With Airx, this is going to clean out the toxins when you diffuse this. So as we're breathing in the fumes from cars, the chemicals from cleaners, all of those disinfectant sprays that seem to be so popular now, candle scents, other people's perfumes. We know all of these artificial scents to be really, really dangerous to your breathing. People who have COPD, were smokers, and even, I know that marijuana now is becoming legal in so many places, but the concern I have is that there's so many dangers in regular marijuana use, especially to the lungs. If you read some of the studies as to what prolonged marijuana use, smoking marijuana has been doing to people's lungs, it's a little bit scary. So even if you're around people who are doing those things secondhand, you want to make sure that you're cleaning out your lungs as much as possible. So I love Citrus Bloom. It's a blend of wild orange, grapefruit, lavender, Roman chamomile, and magnolia. And you can use this as a perfume. I've done that too. So there's lots of ways to diffuse. You can just take the oil and put it in your hand and inhale it. Oh, it smells so good. You can wear it like a perfume, still blue, by the way. And then the Airx. If you're having trouble breathing, by all means, just apply that to your chest and back. You can also inhale that from your hand, but I do recommend half an hour a day of Airx. You may want to dedicate a diffuser just to Airx so that you can just clean the air. Another thing you could do is put it in a spray bottle with some witch hazel and just walk through your house once a day and just get a little Airx in the air. And then you're done and you can go ahead and diffuse your favorite blends. I know for some people, when it comes to like the antiseptic smells of some essential oils, they don't really want that to be their house scent. They really want to get the benefits of the air cleaning, but not necessarily the disinfectant notes of air cleaning blends. So that's one workaround there. But you definitely want to make sure your lungs are clean, and you want to make sure your environment's clean, and you want to make sure your mood is uplifted. All of these are great longevity strategies. All right, let's talk about helichrysum and frankincense touch. Now, frankincense touch, I love for so many reasons. For one, this is going to be great for your vision. You're going to just take this and you're going to draw what I call sunglasses around your eyes. Okay, you can do this after you cleanse. You can do this after your moisturizer. I mean, honestly, I have foundation on. I'm putting it right over my foundation. I use an all natural foundation, so I'm not worried about driving dangerous chemicals further into my skin. But you can also use it as a wrinkle eraser. So just imagine this is a eraser and you're getting rid of all your fine lines. So, during the day, if you see it on your medicine counter, your bathroom counter, or I hate the fact that we call it a medicine chest. Maybe we need to call it our essential oil chest and our natural product chest, and open that up and just start to erase your wrinkles throughout the day. That's a really great thing to do. And because it's in a roll on, it's ready to go and it's great for your skin. But it's also really good to inhale frankincense touch. So this is kind of a diffuser oil on the go. You can put it right under your nose like this. And because it's diluted, it's not going to be too strong. Nobody's going to even know you have it on. And you're breathing in that frankincense. Frankincense goes right to your brain and it can balance your vagus nerve, which is going to keep you calmer and more focused and happier, which is going to be a great longevity strategy. But it's also a brain repairing oil. So I like to use this with copaiba. You can actually get a copaiba touch and a frankincense touch and alternate those two. That would be a really good strategy. But doTERRA is giving us helichrysum for free, which is really cool. This is another brain oil, but it works differently. This one is actually going to work through your nervous system. So what I like about using it in tandem with the frankincense is that the helichrysum is going to actually be like a nerve stimulant. So I like to use it on the back of my neck, especially where that notch is. I like to do like circle here, cross the hemisphere, circle here, cross the hemisphere. You could do this with your frankincense as well. I also like to put oils in the front of my ear here. So helichrysum would be a really good one for hearing. We lose our hearing often as we age. So this is a good tactic. And also on the mastoid bone behind the ear. And because they're on roll-ons, you get a little massage action. And you can see all of these applications are taking me seconds. And the last little secret I want to talk about with helichrysum roll-on is varicose veins. If you have anything on your body that you're not happy with in a vascular sense, then go ahead and use this as a way of minimizing and helping to strengthen those veins. Obviously, none of this is medical advice. I'm just giving you some strategies for longevity today. Always make sure talk to your physician about anything that you think looks abnormal, painful, or concerning. All right. And then last but not least, we have our osmanthus magnolia combination. These are great, powerful flowers with so many benefits. So osmanthus is great, again, for your brain and your nervous system. And this is not an essential oil doTERRA normally carries. So this is the only time, a couple of times, maybe once a year, where they offer it. So you want to pick this up and grab it. This is really good. You can put this all over your face under your hydrating cream. It is going to enrich your skin. This is one of the beauty secrets of the ancient world, and it's something that you really want to do. I just want to show you my hand is still blue. It says, remember, if you're going to use this, do it when you're in the house and you're not maybe on a Zoom call. This is also going to be something you want to put over the lower back. This is great for your kidneys. It's very protective of the kidneys. You're also going to rub it on your abdomen because it's good to help tighten your stomach, flatten your stomach. I know as we age, sometimes we lose those core muscles. This is going to help with that. You can use that with your Meta Power blend. You could use this when you go out and take a walk. You can also use this if you feel like you have a cough and you want to use it with Airx as a way of clearing your lungs. And if you have any kind of muscle cramps, it would be great for that. Now, magnolia is also going to be a companion to our osmanthus. This is something that we have all the time. So buy magnolia, get osmanthus free. It's going to help with your skin, your mood, weight loss, stress, sleep. It's highly, highly concentrated with linalool. And linalool is a chemical, a natural chemical that's very, very calming. So if you want to balance your brainwave activity, again, I love this little thing. You just go circle, 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 cross your hemisphere, circle, circle, circle. You could even do this with the ears. Why not? And you can do this under your nose. And it's going to help increase fast alpha wave activity, which helps the oil trigger relaxation and at night going to promote restful sleep. So magnolia can be used in tandem with your Serenity sleep stick. This would be a really cool companion. And for those of us who are fighting aging and you want to promote longevity, that is a really good strategy. And if you get all of that together, you can buy these little pairs separately. But if you decide that it's time to really put together the best possible longevity package that you can think of, you're going to get free, which is kind of cool, Divana. So in the last couple of minutes, and I know we've gone long today, I want to talk about Divana. So Divana is uplifting. It comes from India. It's joyful. It's this bright yellow daisy family oil. So it's in the daisy family. It has all of the amazing characteristics of daisies. It's really antiviral, which is kind of nice. So it's very protective. Remember, we're always looking for what does it provide and what does it protect? Support your digestive system. So if you're using our Restore product, our probiotic, this is going to be a good companion product, believe it or not, for Restore. So go ahead and take the Restore internally. It's a capsule, and then rub your Divana on your abdomen, and it's going to actually help. It's antiseptic, anti-parasitic. It's going to fight infections. It's going to fight fungus and viruses. It's been used and clinically proven to be very, very effective against a lot of this. It's also good for spasms and it's good for fatigue. You know, if you're feeling just like overwhelmed or if you had a long day, you're feeling a little nauseous or like, oh, I can't do one more thing. Go ahead, rub it on your fingertips. I love to use it this way. And then just inhale it from your hands. It's a great essential oil for that. It's also going to help like if you have congestion to like get into those deep phlegm deposits and clear those out of your lungs. It's good for your muscles. So if you feel like you have cramping or contracting muscles, it's going to help relax those a little bit like uh, marjoram does, but it also has a relaxing effect on the brain. So it fights things like anxiety, stress, depression, and anger. And it's also going to help you get a good night's sleep. In fact, I think I'm going to keep my Divana out and I'm going to add it also to using it with my Serenity Sleep Stick and my Magnolia. So you see where all these products are going to start working together, and you're going to have a complete package of longevity products to use now. It's like a quick, clean sweep. It's spring, and it's really great to have a spring cleaning and to have these products that are going to provide and protect. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll be back next week with a new